Hi, I'm Christina from Chelsea Yarns, Chelsea Luxe. So we're in Red Bank, New Jersey.
And we're in your basement
And
right now.
we are in our basement. And we are in our basement, which is my dye studio, which it's sort of a little area.
Yeah.
It's not really a studio.
I mean, it's a pretty big space.
It's a pretty big space, but I've taken it over. It's actually the length of the house.
Wow.
I think, but it goes back further down there. But I only use this little area right here.
Yeah.
We started in my kitchen on the stove, and then that transformed into the grill, and then
Your outside grill.
my outside grill, and then I transformed into the garage. But the only thing that was terrible about the garage is it's not heated. So in the winter, when it was 22 degrees or 11 degrees, we were frozen, and we didn't have any water supply out there. So I really recently only got water supply. So I think it was about 2021, we installed a sink, a professional sink down here. We had a plumber come, and we used to use the hose.
Oh my
gosh. Everything was frozen. I was basically frozen all the time. I wore a vest or a jacket, a puffer jacket. It was always so cold. So when we got our professional sink, I felt like I made it.
This is it.
I was like, this is it.
When did you put all this in down here? Like, when did you move inside?
So I moved inside in the winter. I had an electrician come because I kept blowing out all the electrical system in the house, because the burners, they're just two regular burners, and they take so much electricity.
Yeah.
So if you plug two in, it's like plugging 4 hair dryers in at the same time. Did you ever dry your hair and it blows?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like plugging in 3 or 4 hair dryers at one time, because it's so many watts.
Wow.
So I had an electrician come, and he installed 1 plug for every burner. So I have 2, 4, 6, I have 7 burners.
Yeah, show me your setup here. So, because I think I saw a steam cabinet too. Do you normally?
So I do my semi-solids in the trays.
Okay.
So how I taught myself how to dye.
Oh.
I didn't learn from anyone when I started. I had the shop. I was telling you about this the other day. In 2012, I opened up a yarn shop, and I started online first. And then I went to, about 6 months later, I opened a shop.
Okay.
And I opened a shop in Colts Neck. And I started dyeing, I think it was for the New Jersey Wool Walk, maybe 3 years later. So 2014, 15, I dyed 30 skeins of yarn. Okay. I bought 30 skeins of yarn. I dyed them. And those skeins sold. I bought 30 more, and so on and so forth. And here I am today. So I started very small, and I never wanted to expand, because I always thought, well, I could stop dyeing or people would not buy the yarn. Yeah. But that's not happened, and it's only grown. So I still keep myself in this small space because it makes me feel secure. I mean, I probably could get a lavish studio, but I like staying in here, and it makes me feel comfortable, and I work from home. Yeah. So I have some of these are original ones that I started from a long time ago. Yeah. And they kind of go, but I do the semi-solids in the pans. Okay. And then I got 2 steam cabinets. Okay. So I got the second one for Advent, so that I was able to, do 1 or 2 at the same time if we were doing winter dyeing or stuff like that. When we're prepping for a show, we kind of use the 2, the double major ovens, but it helps. But it's also 2 different styles of dyeing. Oh. This is semi-solids. I mean, you could paint on there, but the other ones, the steam cabinets, get such a nice speckle. Oh, you get a really crisp speckle when you're using the steam cabinets.
So how many skeins can you dye? Like what's your typical day look like if you're doing a dye day?
So usually I work Tuesday through Friday. I work every day, but Tuesday through Friday I dye. So I wake up, I have my coffee, I get my dye book ready, see what I have to dye for orders that come in. I do wholesale. If we're doing a show, we do prep. So there's all sorts of logistics that go into my day. But for the most part, on a day, Tuesday morning, I wake up, I do my stuff, 9:30, I start. So I just have a routine, and I've been doing it the same. I'm very routine, as in when we did bar class last night, spot 12.
You like your spaces and your times, and I respect that,
Uh-huh.
honestly, especially after traveling for so
Right.
long. I'm like, I need the little things that I can, just have and be comfortable
Right.
with.
I think it makes me comfortable. So I do
Yeah.
that. So that's why I start at the same time. And I didn't want to, just because I'm home, slack off.
Mhm.
And, you can kind of, do the laundry, or
Right.
I'm working. So 9:30, I come downstairs, we twist the yarn. We know what, we have a list of what we have
Yeah.
to do. We twist the yarn.
So
get
like
it
what's
prepared.
ever been drying the night before.
So we take that down,
Yeah.
and Lisa, who has been working for me since I have the shop, she twists.
Oh,
so she
nice.
does all my twisting, except when we have Rhinebeck, we have outside family members that will help us because it gets a little crazy, or I'll twist. But she just twists it so beautiful. And anybody will know if they get me twisting it or Tad, it's a hot mess. But she just makes them look so beautiful. So she'll come pick up what we had. Like, we have a little backlash here. So or backwash, or whatever we want to call it. She'll pick that up tomorrow. I'll take the glitter, and she'll take the sock.
Where does she go to twist? Where's the twisting
Oh, she goes
station?
home.
She has it at her house?
She has a twister. She has her own twister at home.
Nice. The like red one that does
the skein twister.
Yeah.
Yep. I got her one years ago. So when COVID happened, we closed the shop. So she just took one twister, and she would label and twist at home, and I was here. So it was,
great.
yeah, I wound up getting an extra twister. Then I had one for here, and then I had one for home. So she had one. Now we have 3 or 4 of them. So yeah. So she'll, we'll twist up the yarn, get it ready. Red Bank Mike helps me now. So he'll wet the yarn, and depending on what we do, like, these are the large trays, or we do the semi-solid. These are the semi-solids, or we'll do the small trays that go in the oven. He'll prepare them. I dye 4 at a time, because that's what works for me. I think everybody is different. I also think there's no set right or wrong way to dye the yarn.
Yeah.
Everybody comes into their own routine. So that's what works for me. Some people use pots, some people, it just depends on what works for you. I've never wanted to change it up, because I'm afraid. I'm so set in when I got the steam cabinet, I remember I was traumatized, because I said, oh no, I don't know. It's different. I don't like different. I like the same. What am I going to do? And it took me a while to get used to it. So that's why I think I hang on to these. So it's just comfort, but I dye 4 at a time. And, when it's done, then in the late afternoon or tomorrow, we'll rinse it and repeat the process.
Nice.
Usually I take 2 of the days to ship. So if we have a lot of orders, if we have a big thing that's going on, I'll ship Tuesday and Friday, or, during Advent season, we're shipping every single day. So I just have to get it out, and I hate when it just hangs over me, because it stresses me out.
Well, it's also a lot of space that it takes up when it's like a full, especially an Advent box. Takes up a lot of space.
Those will start next week.
Oh, wow.
So we have the full skeins left to dye. I think I have one more color, and then we have the full skeins left to dye. And then starting next week will be the boxes. So we'll start making the boxes, and then the madness will begin, where it takes over the whole house. It's fun.
So what are you dyeing today?
So today we came out with a couple of, for Rhinebeck last week, we came out with the Chevron capelet.
Ooh.
So this is Sunken Treasure, and this is the worsted. We have a baby alpaca worsted base, and these are mini skein mohairs.
Ooh,
so
mini skein mohairs. Are you having to make those up yourself?
No, we buy them from the company, from the wholesaler.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I have them upstairs. You have to see them.
Okay,
they're so cute.
Oh my gosh.
So I think they're about 187 yards. I think they're 20-gram skeins. I'm not sure. Someone actually asked me the other day, and I couldn't remember if it was 20 or 50, but I think it might be 20. So there's 187 yards. and they are so fun. So I did all the semi-solid colors to match in the capelet.
Nice.
And this is the worsted. So I have a lot of orders for the kit, and I ran out of the main color, which is khakis, which is the top. I'll show you when we go upstairs.
Yeah.
And then there's a new color leaf, and then there's more mini skeins in sunflower. The same, you know, couple of new colors. Every season, I like to come out with a couple of new colors. It's kind of hard coming out with new colors all the time.
Yeah.
Reinventing colors and thinking, well, what are we going to do today? Or probably by the time this comes out, I'm doing next after Advent, because I think everybody around me will kill me if I dye another mini skein. So we're doing a book collection. Yeah, so it'll be really cute of mini skeins, 10 mini skeins in book collection. I wrote them all down. Do you read?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
No, I love this because I was actually thinking about doing something like book and yarn related for my membership in January. It's like a cozy time of year. Like you want to read books. So what can you tell us about it?
So I have both right behind you. I've just been coming up every time I think of a name. So favorite bookshelf, bookish, spicy, the classics, hopelessly romantic, and fantasy realm.
Oh my gosh,
I like Limitless, Book Nook, library, you know, fairy princess, nightingale, you know, things like that.
So this is like your inspiration
sort
board.
of. I get something in my head, I write it down, and it's you know, just where I write it down. Here's where we usually write down what I'm dyeing for the day, although this is old from last week because I just didn't have time, because we've been a little bit crazy. We're just doing. So I didn't have time to write down what we were doing. So, and I abbreviate the colors. So instead of writing favorite leather boots, I just write FLB.
Yeah. You know what it means.
I know. That's all that matters. I know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well,
so this is also, this we dyed the Hot to Trot, which is our worsted base, and some sunflower. And this is how the minis come.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, aren't they fun? So this is 20. This is actually a wrong color. So sometimes things go so fast and you're moving so fast. So I just put the wrong color into the pan. And then I said, well, now I have 20 minis of a color that's not the right color, but they're so cute. I like it because sometimes you don't want to use a full skein and you just want a little bit. If you're doing a hat, you don't have to buy a whole full skein. So we do sell them on the website in all the colors. I listed them, but they're fun. I love the colors.
Cool.
Yeah.
So tell me where we're at.
So we are in my office, which is actually our shipping studio, where we ship all our orders. We label, we twist, we prep, we do everything.
Hey,
sorry.
Sweetheart. Who's this?
This is Gretzky. He wants you to hold him.
I'll hold you in a little bit.
Yeah, Gretzky. So he will bother us until we pick him up because he knows we're filming. I don't know what it is.
Well, I have to ask you a question.
Sure.
Because I've been dying to know this. Where did you come up with the name Chelsea Yarn?
Okay. So we lived in London. I was telling you when you guys got here. 99 we moved to London. 99 or 2000 we moved to London. And I knit when I was younger. We moved to London because of Tad's work. And I knit when I was younger. And my mom came over to visit me. And I didn't, you know, I was there by myself. I didn't, not that I was by myself, but I didn't have my friends and family there. So I got lonely. And my mom said, why don't you pick up knitting? Sarah Jessica Parker's knitting. I guess she was on set and filming Sex in the City, and off set she was knitting. I think she might have gone to Pearl Soho, the shop in Soho. I'm not 100% sure, but she said, let's go to the store. We'll get you knitting needles. And I started it up. So I became addicted. Yeah. It was amazing. Like I obsessed. So when we moved back home, I started knitting and I continued to knit. And my son was in 7th grade and I thought I wanted to open up my own store. I wanted to build a community where there was like a long table and everyone can come, because we didn't really have that where I live. And I wanted to do that in my neighborhood. And we were thinking about names. Tad and I were sitting there just coming out with names. And I said, oh, Chelsea, because that's where we lived in London. Yeah. So I said, oh, Chelsea Yarns, because I didn't really like Christina Yarns. Yeah. I don't know, people name their own name. And I just thought, Chelsea Yarns, and it just stuck. Yeah. We were thinking Brighton because we love to visit Brighton when we lived there, but Chelsea Yarns just stuck. And that's people, when they used to call the shop, they would say, hi, is Chelsea there? And that's how I knew they didn't know me. Because they would say, hi, is Chelsea there? I was like, oh, no, she's not.
I've always been curious about that. Mm-hmm. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So my graphic designer, when she was doing our labels for that, so Chelsea Yarns was the name of our yarn shop. And when she was doing our labels, we were thinking of a brand name, and that's where she came up with the Luxe.
Got it.
So it just came Chelsea Luxe. Yeah. Hand-dyed local yarn.
And it is Luxe. I was going to ask you, what's some of your favorite bases?
Right now, I love our worsted base.
Yeah.
It's Is
it a 2-ply?
It's a 2-ply. Mm-hmm. And it's baby alpaca. And it's so mushy. I'm wearing it actually. I'm like, oh, do I have a sample? Yeah. This is the Dartmoor
with this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So this is the Dartmoor. It's really cool. I don't know if you've ever made one of these, but at the back of the construction, you actually start back here, and then you sort of knit down and then come back over. It's really cool. So it's supposed to have sleeves, but I didn't knit the sleeves because I like to.
Yeah, it's like a little vest.
So it's a little vest.
Cute.
And I kind of cropped it a little bit, but I love the drape of it. I love drape.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't really knit that much that has stability. I kind of love that luxurious drapey feel. We did, this is the little duet that you were talking about earlier. So I come up with new colors every season. This is a new color, Imagination. And I love the way it drapes. It's just so beautiful, the flowiness of it. And it's comfy and cozy and yummy. So when you add the mohair with it, a lot of people don't like mohair, but then you can use Surrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a Surrey base?
I do. I don't love it.
Yeah.
Personally. It's not my favorite. Yeah. I love the mohair.
Oh, there's the minis.
Oh, there's the minis.
It's so cute.
Yeah, they're so cute.
I found that, was this one up here?
Yeah.
Okay. I found that not all mohair is the same.
Right.
And I really liked working with your mohair because I did.
You did the.
Would have been one of these
Chelsea,
colors.
the coupe.
Yeah.
Yep. You made
so nice. It's called
something cozy.
Something cozy. I love that one.
Yeah. Shayna Billow designed that for us.
Yes.
She does a lot of our patterns. I love her design. We just did the capelet.
Oh yeah.
I'll show it to you.
Oh, we need to see that for sure.
So cute. So it's over here.
That's so cute.
So this is the capelet. It usually when she comes up with a design for us sometimes in the beginning of the season or in the spring. So she did, I came to her, I wanted something Missoni.
Okay.
Some kind of Missoni vibe or I don't know. I just saw it on the runway and I said, I love that. I'll always take something that I see on the runway and then ask her to help us, design it and come up with it. So I wanted a cape or a little cozy shrug. So it's 2 skeins of our worsted alpaca and then 3 skeins down here, and I incorporated the beige in here. Nice. And it's fun. It's easy and it's cozy and I love it.
Yeah. And it's got like that turtleneck.
Yeah.
That's cute. We should meet the infamous.
We should.
Red Bank Mike.
I think we need to.
Okay. I have to know what you do here at Chelsea Yarns.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes.
This is pretty much it. No.
It is.
Yeah. What are you working on?
You'll often find
that's
him,
my Vicks trade.
Yeah. You'll often find him in this chair on Yahoo Finance. Okay?
Yeah.
So when I'm asking him, has he twisted all the minis? And he says no, I'll come around here and go on the computer and I see it's Yahoo Finance and there's some trade that he has on that he can't or someone's calling. But
yeah.
I heard you make candles.
I heard you
But
did.
I do, yeah. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
Make it.
Show
her your candle.
Look at that. Hot apple pie.
Let me smell it.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Is that what I smelled when I came in?
Maybe. Oh,
it might be out there.
I have one. I have that burner that you put the candle on
and it
melts it. So it's like a wax. But
that smells
I do love that one.
Good.
Yeah. So
the fall fragrances are my favorite.
Basically, I look for stuff to do. So candles.
He does help a ton.
So you're twisting skeins.
He labels them.
I label them.
The wrong names.
I put the wrong names on, so I really. So
if any of
I just
you
blew
ever
up the
get
cake
one,
blues. I labeled a whole.
He does.
He does. I make a ton of errors.
Yeah.
So so she doesn't really have me do anything that's too critical. Except I do all the books and the court reporting and the K1s and all that stuff.
Keep everything running.
And I'm a guru at that. So so
you're good at something.
Yeah, I mean I'm good at something. So I will say you are the best run LLC probably in America.
The most compliant.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you two will do Vlogmas or vlogs throughout the year, and you'll be on them. Because I hear, I watch them already, but I also hear from people you're so funny, you're so hilarious. Do you I don't know, are you doing Vlogmas this year, do you think?
Vlogmas start on December 1st. Yeah, we're ready. I have to put out a vlog before then. I filmed content. Starting in late.
It was a lot. It was this thing. Yeah, it was supposed to be out in August, but she's been so busy.
We've been so
it's crazy.
Busy, and the editing and everything. And then the more that time progresses, I'm like, oh, that's old news. So we have to film new.
But Vlogmas.
It's fun.
That's good.
It's fun.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot for a second. Do you have a favorite Chelsea Yarns colorway?
Colorway?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, she hates them, but I like blue colors.
Yeah.
In general, she doesn't like blue colors, so
not your thing.
We kind of know, right?
Yeah. You always have been a blue person.
Yeah. So I mean, I like the blue color. I'll be like, oh, that's nice or whatever. But whatever.
Oh, actually, he loves this.
Yeah.
This was a mistake.
Yeah.
Right. But I like it.
And then he's like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And I kind of do too.
Yes. I like almost all the colors when she's making them. So I mean, it sounds really weird, but I like them all. And every once in a while, there'll be one I'll be like, nah, but and then it doesn't go too far. But for the most part, I think they're all pretty cool. And I see the inspo that goes into them. So I kind of see what's what the derivation is or stuff like that. So I think they're all pretty cool. But I like blues in general.
Where do you get your color inspiration from?
So as we were talking about before, I do get a lot of my color inspiration from fashion.
Yeah.
So it always goes into, will I wear it? What will I wear it with? In my head, I always have an outfit planned for something. So I do get my inspiration from clothes. Will I wear it? What does it go with? I always have an outfit in my head. But then what I do is I'll always take it and I paint it. So for fall, I'll see a colorway in my head, and then I'll paint it out, and then I bring the colors downstairs, and then I try to dye it and I match it up in the colors. So I wanted that's that leafy green color, and I did a rust, and then sometimes I get speckles and colorways like that, and I have a whole palette and just whatever's in my head. That's my little PlayStation here. So I have all my paints. I go to the paint store and I buy watercolors and I paint, and I have all my drawers filled with little paints and things. And
that's so cool.
So I do a messy, in my head, it's very messy. Nothing is very particular, but my studio downstairs, all the dyes are very messy. I don't like a neat area.
Yeah.
My brain just doesn't work that way. It's really weird. When it comes to art, it's always messy, and it's okay to be messy. Everything else has to be particular, but when I create and stuff, oh, this is messy, but it's okay. So I allow myself to be messy in that way, and I play with sprays and paints and all sorts of stuff. So I guess my art background comes into play when I come up with colors. Every morning I journal. So I have my journal and I paint and I color and I sticker and I do all that kind of stuff every day. And here's my little area that I come every morning. Well, I have my coffee and I talk to my mom and I sit here and tabs on the computer and I just play and I stamp and I do that. And it helps me be creative when I go down to work, or it helps me stay focused. You know, it's very hard to come up with colorways without stressing yourself out, right? You have to come out with new collections 3-4 times a year. In between those 3-4 times a year of the major color collections, you also need to not stress out about the colorways. And they all also have to be different than ones you've previously done. And when you've been, you know, dyeing colors for so long, well, how do you make them different? So I always allow myself freedom to just do whatever I want here. And that way, when I go downstairs to work, there's no pressure because I've already done it.
Yeah.
So when I'm thinking about color, I don't allow myself to get stressed. Like if we have a deadline. So if you said to me today, Christina, tomorrow, I need you to dye a colorway. And I'd be like, okay, got it.
Oh.
Right? Because I'd be like, okay, no stress.
Yeah.
Just go down. You're creative. You could do this. You have all the colorways in your head. And I just put it onto the canvas. So when I'm doing my Advent, I think of my card or my inspo from the original, and then I sort of tweak it from there. Yeah. But, you know, coming up with 25 colors,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. And then you're doing your regular collections and then your spring and your fall and your winter. This grounds me. This is where my inspiration comes from. So I allow myself to be creative here.